everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and this week we are doing a what's for dinner shelf cooking style. So basically I'm going to take everything that I have in my shelves and create dinner with them. And yeah, wish me luck. So night number one, we had a vegetable mac and cheese. This was super tasty, and it's a good way to get some veggies in for your kids if they are not really big fans or big eaters of veggies. I will tell you my toddler is not. But what you're going to need is some cheese of your choice. You are going to need some type of half and half. I'm going to use coconut milk. It works just as well. It's super thick and you can't really taste that coconut taste with the spices that we're using. I'm going to use a 1/4 stick of butter, salt and pepper. I'm going to use zucchini noodles in there. Oh, I'm showing you the garlic right now. I apologize. So you're going to need some garlic. You're going to need some bell pepper and onions. Honestly, this recipe is so versatile. You can really put whatever veggies you want in. And I'm going to use my zoodle handle maker that I got on Amazon. First things first, you're going to saute that garlic in the butter. Then you're going to add all your veggies. You're going to give that a nice stir. And then an ingredient I forgot to mention was some veggie broth. You're going to want to add about a 1/2 cup of veggie broth, followed by that cup of your cream. Like I said, I'm using coconut cream, but half and half would work. Regular milk, non-dairy milk, whatever you want to do. You're going to give that a nice stir, and you're going to then add half of your cheese. And you're going to let that simmer on low for about 10 minutes. Go ahead and add some salt and pepper while you're there, maybe some onion powder. And then I decided to add some elbow macaroni because I knew my son would kind of be tricked into thinking that this was mac and cheese. So that's why I added that in there. And again, just let that simmer on low for about 12 minutes or so. And you will get some al dente noodles. And what I like to do is just add some cheese on top as a garnish, and that was dinner for night number one. Night number two was this Cajun rice. It was a little spicy for my liking, but my husband loved it, so let's get started. This is what you're gonna need. So you're just going to need this Zatarain's jambalaya rice. I believe it's about $1 at the supermarket, so go ahead and pick you up some of those just to have them in your shelf and have them on hand for quick and easy dinners. And then you're going to need some veggie stock. I'm going to use 2 cups. You're also going to need some bell pepper and onion. Again, this recipe is very versatile because you can add whatever you want to it. Then you're going to need some sort of sausage. I'm using the Gardein frozen Italian sausage, super delicious. And you're going to need some more veggies. So I have some peas, broccoli, and fresh corn in there. You're literally just going to dump every single element into the crock pot. You're going to take that veggie stock, put it on top, and then I added an extra cup of water. You're going to give it a nice stir. You will see that the rice comes with a bunch of spices that kind of like to clump together, so make sure you break those apart. You're going to want to put a lid on your crock pot, don't forget, like I did, and cook it on high for 2 hours. I like to serve mine with avocado just so I can get a little bit of a cooler taste in my mouth, but this is my husband's that I served with cheese. The next one I'm pretty proud of. It is a squash and chickpea curry, and remember, these are all shelf cook meals, so I really like to get as creative as possible, and you will see some random ingredients. Feel free to omit if you need to, but I am still working on this brown rice and quinoa from a while back. And you're going to need some sort of rice or quinoa to fill your squash with. You're going to need chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I always rinse mine and try and get the shells off. I had some frozen okra in the freezer, so that's what we're using. You're going to need a squash. And then you're going to need some sort of Indian simmer sauce. This is tikka masala. It is vegetarian friendly, but not vegan friendly. And it does have a little bit of spice to it, so yeah, you are going to start out by cutting that acorn squash in half. I always struggle with this So I just wish for the best and cut it. Then you're going to spoon out all of the insides, and I'm gonna save these seeds this time and make some roasted squash seeds, and this is how you do it. So you just rinse off all of your seeds. You're going to get your seeds into some sort of drying mechanism. I'm going to use paper towels, but if you don't use paper towels, just use a regular towel. Get them nice and dry so they can crisp up in the oven. So inside of my squash right now, I have olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm gonna take this brush that I got from the Dollar Tree years ago for $1 and I'm gonna spread that around. And I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of pepper, and because this is an Indian dish, I put some curry powder on these too, just so they would complement the dish. I spread them out evenly and baked them at 425 for 15 minutes. And then the acorn squash stayed in the oven for an additional 20 minutes. And then it becomes this soft, really, really buttery, gooey yumminess. And you're gonna start on the inside of your squash bowl. So go ahead and put your chickpeas, your okra, your brown rice, and quinoa. And then top it with that curry sauce or your tikka masala or whatever you use. So you're going to add water to that jar, shake it up, and put it in there. And then you're going to bring it to a boil. And you're going to reduce it to a simmer. You're going to simmer for about 15 minutes or until your squash is done cooking. I like to top mine with coconut yogurt. And now you're going to have some salmon and potatoes. This is by no means a healthy recipe, but it's something that we had. So we have this honey smoked salmon. We have these boxed scallop potatoes, again, 50 cents at the supermarket. Really great to have in your pantry just for quick, easy dinners. And then I have these French style green beans. I'm gonna top my salmon with a homemade horseradish sauce. Well, that's not really homemade, but I'm gonna beef up the horseradish sauce a little bit. So I'm gonna start out with the scalloped potatoes. I believe these are like Betty Crocker or something. So you have your dehydrated potatoes. They are real. It just weirds me out that things are processed. Then you give it that flavor packet and add your water, a little bit of butter, or a lot of butter in this case, and some milk. I do get this question a lot. Do we eat healthy all the time? No, I don't think we do. We do have our days where we eat processed junk like this, but I think it's okay to do once in a while just to make life easier on you. And now I'm making my aioli horseradish sauce. So I just added some dill to it, and then I add it to the top of this salmon. A lot of people are going to say, Tori, don't bake this salmon. I'm not going to bake it for a long time. I just bake it at 375 for about 7 minutes just to warm it up. Then I served it with these green beans, and that was dinner. Super quick, super easy, and very tasty. And that's going to do it. That is what we had for dinner. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to like, share, and I will see you next time. Stay adventurous, stay creative. Peace.